But joining us to look at today's topic, we have with us in the studio here in Lagos, we have Tolu Lokpa Adeomi. She is a people's operations and talent recruitment expert at Datalium, and she's passionate about the growth and development of African tech talents. Also joining us in the Lagos studio is Gerald Olumide. He is a senior front-end developer at Venture Garden Group. It's a pleasure to have you both on the show today.
Thank you very much.
Of course. We also have joining us via Zoom, Abiodun Dabiri. He's a blockchain engineer working on blockchain technology with years of experience, where he consults for businesses looking to implement blockchain technology. Abiodun, it's a pleasure to have you as well. Join us on the show. I think your mic is on mute. Well, just sort that out, but let's get the conversation started. And I know that Gerald and Abiodun are gentlemen, so they would, of course, let that saying, ladies first, take precedence here. So, to look, we'll kickstart this conversation for us. I mean, as a talent manager, first and foremost, what are the first things you look out for in talents? How do you identify tech talents?
All right, thank you very much.
Sure.
I think, first of all, it's knowledge, what they know, because you don't bring in people that don't have an idea. Like, you're bringing people to work, so you need to test their knowledge, what they know about. And the world has, grown far away from just having experience. So, sometimes people don't have 5-10 years of experience, but just knowledge, and you get knowledge from various places. You have, like, the world of the internet gives you opportunity. So being able to test what people know is what we look out for, away from your degree. You can have a degree. For example, myself, I have a degree in chemical engineering,
wow.
Right? So, and I'm in HR now, talent recruitment.
Yeah.
So the idea is just what you know, what you can offer, and that's what basically we look out for in talent.
Yeah, I mean, you are already a talent. I mean, you are more than a talent. I mean, as a senior front-end engineer, yeah. I mean, full stack. Let me know when
exactly.
You're a full stack engineer.
Full stack, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you now begin to think it's a new year. So much happened in 2022. This is a new year. A lot of people are trying to even start with, say, front end, or even start with Java, or whatever those scripts, all of those scripts that you have. I mean, you are the expert. What should people be looking at? What should be the main focus for people, trying to get into, this space?
All right, thank you very much for that. So basically, over the years, there's been a lot of focus on people trying to learn the basic of, trying to learn this language. And we have one issue with Nigerian people, Nigerian talents. They tend to just learn the framework of the language, and they just jump off and just feel like they're already good at what they do. But in the ecosystem these days is beyond that. You need to know more than the framework. The best thing to first of all have is the core knowledge of the language that you're working on, and after that, the world that we live in right now, it goes beyond just the framework, and framework always change over time. And what keeps you there, and no matter what framework that comes again, the fact that you have a knowledge in the programming language, you get to stand the test of time. Do you get? And the ecosystem as we have it these days, it goes beyond just having a front-end knowledge or having the back-end knowledge. It has grown to because even as a front-end engineer, you are asked to know what a back-end engineer also knows. Do you get? And a back-end engineer has been asked to also have a knowledge of what a DevOps knows. Do you get? So it's a case of you learning, never stop learning, of course, but then having a sound knowledge in the language that you're working with, and don't stop there. Keep evolving, because the tech world is actually evolving all the time.
Yeah, so that is, that has never been in doubt, that technology is an evolving process. Like, it happens, and sometimes it happens before you know it, like it happens snappily, so to speak. So, but he pretty much spoken to the fact that DevOps, front end, back end, Java, all of those languages. But a lot of people still argue that in tech there are more than more opportunities than just the languages, the scripts, and all of those. So, when we're having conversations like this, it's always good to highlight some of these other, opportunities that are there. I don't know if there are some, since you are in talent management, and hunting, that you could, tell us more where people can look at in case they don't have the, the ability and the capacity to learn all of the scripts and all of the languages.
All right. So I'd like to pick up from where, something he said.
Yeah.
People don't like to start from the basics, right? They don't like to start from, the basic things. Then you move up into, the devs up and the back-end engineering.
Yeah.
So people look at it like it's a transition into tech. But you can do tech in even where you are currently. So you understand? So even in HR, in marketing, sales, sports, any area that you're in currently, you can use tech.
Tech is pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So, but people look at it in terms of, I have to transition into tech. Look at data analytics, for example. Yeah. You can learn data analytics and still work in your current role. You can use it to enhance the work that you do. So you're in HR, you want to know attrition rates, you want to know cost per hire, you want to know a lot of things about the work that you do. You can use data analytics. So people look away from, they just don't research enough. So the idea is research on what you currently do, your role, whatever role that you are in, research, and then it also comes from what you like. Sometimes it also comes from what you enjoy doing. So you look at yourself, you enjoy, so for me, I started in HR as payroll. You enjoy numbers. You can look at analyzing. Do you understand? There's the UI, UX design. You want to make things beautiful. You want to design. So there are a lot of areas in, tech. There's the data engineering. So there's product management. You don't even need to learn how to code. But, so I think the basis is researching on a lot of courses, knowing what suits you instead of just, jumping into doing anything. Because if you do that, you get tired, you're not consistent, you can't continue. So at the end of the day, research is very important. Knowing yourself and then knowing what works for you is what gives you that leverage to continue in.
Pretty much, I think one has to be passionate about one of these.
Yes, you have to know, because it can, take a lot from you, right? So you have to pretty much know that this is what you want to do, because that's what keeps you basically, because there are a lot, tech, it's diverse.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. So last year again, we had, stories of layoffs here and there, in the tech ecosystem and all of that. So pretty much, I just believe, with what happened, there would be opportunities, for people who are working, who want to, gain higher grounds, who are not working, who want to start. What's the possibility, like, in terms of Nigerians fixing themselves into these places?
Okay, so I don't think data even states that, it's not the opportunities that we don't have. Yeah. It's just people learning these skills, right? So we are used to, I want to get a BSc, I want to get my MBA, I want to do my master's. But these opportunities are there in tech space. It's just for us to, take those skills, research on what you want, what you want to do, and then find knowledge. Look at opportunities. So in Datalium, we offer courses on data analytics, business analytics. So just knowing what you want and then seeking that knowledge is what makes you stand out.
All right, let me hold you there for a bit. Let's quickly go to Zoom, where Abiodun Dabiri is, of course, standing by. He's joining us via Zoom from Lagos. Abiodun, again, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Victor. It's a pleasure to see my colleagues as well. It's nice to see Tolulope as well as the gentleman on the other side. So just like Tolulope had mentioned, right, there are many opportunities in the tech field, and one of them is the data analytics, right? Data analytics is very, very important, given the fact that data is now the new, what they call crude oil, right? Data is the new crude. So there is a lot of data floating around, but making sense of this data, pulling insights from this data and being able to apply these insights to change our society, improve our financial positions in companies, and also maybe avoid certain issues that have reoccurred in the past, right? This is very critical. And yes, the tech ecosystem is shedding jobs, but in as much as it is shedding jobs, there are still many opportunities. And even if one doesn't want to necessarily code, right, you could always work as what you call a tech salesperson, or you work in HR, or you work in marketing, right? Digital marketing is one of the fields that technologically it really is a great field to go into. So there are many, many opportunities in the tech ecosystem. Not everybody needs to be a software developer. You could consider many other roles like data analytics. You could consider roles like digital marketing. You could consider roles like product management, right? Whereby you own the product and you're able to manage a product from the beginning to the end and continuously maintain and provide support to the customers that use those products. So there are many opportunities in the tech ecosystem. And I think one thing I would like to also point out is to avoid people having what you call imposter syndrome. Always pace yourself. Know fully well that you don't pick up a skill today and become an expert tomorrow. Sometimes you need to spend close to 10,000 professional hours for you to really become a true professor at a particular field. So don't be shy, don't be embarrassed, don't feel like it's impossible. Just take a step forward every day, and as you count your blessings every day, you make progress.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, like, when you said 10,000 hours, like I was already doing the math, and I'm thinking how long it's going to take for anybody in any field. I mean, you know, and I started counting my own hours on air, and I'm thinking, have I clocked 10,000 hours? You know, but hey.
There are opportunities for us in tech. So we just have to tap into it.
Gerald?
Yeah, 2023, there's a lot in the tech that we all need to tap into. There's a lot. It's not going to be easy, but then brace up.
Okay. Well, we hope that what we have out there, you know, will be fully occupied, will be maximized, will be fully maximized, you know, to the best potential, and of course, will benefit all of us to it. But thank you again to you for joining us in the show, Tolulokwe Adeomi, as well as Gerald Olumide.
Thank you.
Well, that's where we are. As they've said, 2023 will be great. We'll have so much potential, and of course, we hope that Nigerians will take part in all of that. But that's where we'll wrap up the show today. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm Victor Matthias, and we'll leave you with the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week.